Well guys, it's finally time for Goodwood Festival of Speed. Starting Goodwood 22 off strong with the Koenigsegg tent camping area. I showed you guys this in the last vlog, but I had to come back. Check out all these gorgeous eggs under the rain. I am in love with the spec of this Regera. We are now inside the gates of Goodwood at the supercar parking paddock. Let's see what we can find out here. Nice looking 675 LT. Always love a good Aventador with a nice looking Vanquish next to it. Look at that, an Alpina E46. I've actually never seen one of these before. Cool chance to look at the difference between the F8 Tributo and the 488. Biggest way to tell is that ESC duct in the hood, like the Pista. Look at the license plate on this E63 wagon, that's hilarious. That is a badass looking Murcielago LP640. Brief look at Tim's car, the Black Series that I drove in yesterday. Pretty cool seeing them all next to each other. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but it's raining right now, and somebody decided to drive a Radical with no roof. That is epic. AMG GT3, that looks pretty darn cool. Automatic closing doors, that is insane. Ooh. 1979 Aston Martin Bulldog. How futuristic is that? Wow. Look at the side profile on this thing. Auto opening doors again. Wow. I think I've seen a picture of one of those one time online, but to see it in person, that was wild, especially for 1979. Get a load of these M4 race cars. Look at the body panels on this M4 and check out the exhaust coming out where the rear window would be. That is crazy. How is this for a cool wrap on the new hybrid McLaren Artura? I actually think that works pretty well on this car. Now, the real reason why I love the Festival of Speed so much is not only can you see some of the coolest new and old cars ever made, you actually get to see them run up the Goodwood hill climb. It's actually owned by this man, Lord Marsh. This is his entire property, and the hill climb is technically his driveway to his house. Hopefully, we can see some really cool hypercars, Formula One cars, rally cars, and classics run up the hill. How cool is this? The Mercedes Vision AMG, demonstrating the future of all electric Mercedes vehicles. We've got the EQS, honestly, not my favorite design language, but this actually looks incredible. Apparently in 2025, they'll be releasing a fully electric four-door coupe style like the AMG GT63 four-door with 600 miles of range. I think it looks absolutely insane. If they actually released this as a production vehicle, it would crush it. I gotta say, Renault's new all-electric SUV does look pretty darn awesome. Check out those carbon fiber wheels. It's almost a little bit Urus-esque, especially if we come around to the front end. That has got a mean looking front fascia. I'm not gonna lie, with these wheels and the little Alpina logo below the grille, I'm not minding the front end as much, and I always love the classic Alpina stripes down the side of this B4. First time seeing the new Technica in person, the latest edition of the Huracan. It's actually kind of a tweaked Huracan STO. They've taken all of the intense driving dynamics of that, taken the best parts of the Huracan Evo, and made a more streetable variant of the STO. Also got some updates on the front fascia as well. Like the STO, 5.2 liter naturally aspirated V10 making 640 horsepower. Got some big revisions to the front bumper. I actually really like those integrated side vents. Mean looking front end, cooler looking than the Evo, to be honest. And we've got, unlike the STO, a rather civilized wing in the back. This is stationary, however, not active. Take a look at the hexagonal exhaust tips. That is pretty darn cool. Well, Aston Martin is the king of sexy looking vehicles, and they've done it again with a motorcycle. Look how spectacular the design of this motorcycle is. Carbon fiber everywhere. Beautiful leather on the seat and the handles. That's probably the classiest bike I've ever seen. Always a pleasure to see the CGT up on the stand. Funny enough, Zach's Koenigsegg was actually supposed to be sitting here instead of the CGT. It is a really good looking car. Amazing sounding V10, naturally aspirated, manual transmission. I love these things. And the exhaust tips look like something out of Star Wars. Gorgeous looking all black Veyron. Nice 812 GTS next to it. This might be the first ever street spec Ferrari I've ever seen on chrome wheels that they pull it off pretty well. And in today's episode, every single car at Goodwood Zach owns. Now this is pretty cool, the new Noble M500, and thank you guys, I didn't know you were surprising me with this, but apparently it's the M500 Vehicle Virgins edition. I'm just kidding, jokes aside. This does look really cool though. Very sleek shape. Spectacular looking Chiron red with black exposed carbon fiber in the back. That is actually a pretty intense drop this Land Rover is about to do. The AMG GT63 4-door is already a really fast, incredible sedan, but this is the F1 electrified edition with, get this, 843 horsepower. It also happens to look really cool in this faded color scheme from gray to black with the red accents. I didn't even know they made this, but check it out. E-Performance F1 Edition, 843, 2.9 to 100 kilometers an hour. Liberty Walk coming in strong with a crazy stand. Liberty Walk Aventador, Liberty Walk 458, but something I've never seen before, a Liberty Walk 650S McLaren. That looks insane. Look at the full exposed carbon fiber body on this Liberty Walk 458. Didn't even recognize that at first. This part of the car is so crazy. Now this is a great looking car, the Veritech. I've actually never seen this before, and the rear end is very interesting. Wow, look at that massive vent on the side. Nice fins. Check out that diffuser. Check this out, P1 GTR. Second P1 GTR. Love the orange roof scoop. Look at the seat. And another P1 GTR Lanzante road legal conversion. Very cool. That is a rear end if I've ever seen one. How crazy is this? Behind me is the track-only Wyra R, 6-liter naturally aspirated V12 that makes 850 horsepower. And I gotta show you how wicked the interior is. It's got a steering wheel straight out of Formula One, yet the fit and finish of the interior on an all-out race car looks like a Rolls Royce or even better. Look at the steering wheel on the Wyra R. Radio button, push to drink, there's the turning indicators, windshield wipers, neutral, start, all of these race car style buttons in the center console because of course it is a race car. And then look at that instrument cluster with lap times, time differentials, your best lap. Look at the head restraints because the G-forces must be insane. And that harness. Little peek at the rear of the Wyra R. Check out the white quad exhaust tips. One of my favorite parts is this roof scoop at the top. Look how it pinches down the center and that massive rear wing. How insane is this? The Delage D12. That is one of the craziest looking front ends of any car I have ever seen. I love how much open exposed nature there is with all of the suspension work. You can see more of the suspension geometry in here. And then it looks like it's actually a 2-seater, one in the front and then one directly behind. That looks pretty tight in there, but that is crazy. Oof, that side profile. So in the back, it's got a 7.6 liter V12 making just over 1,000 horsepower, and it also has a 100 horsepower electric motor making it an 1,100 horsepower hybrid, and it is actually capable of being driven on the street. Here's another really cool looking new generation hypercar, the Zinger 21C. It's got a twin turbocharged V8 and 3 electric motors making 1,300 plus horsepower. I love how long those butterfly doors are. And check out the seat layout like the other car we just checked out. Driver's seat directly in front of the passenger seat. I will say in this case, it does look like there's a decent amount of room in the passenger cell. Pretty cool looking cockpit. Come around to the rear. That looks crazy. Look at the exhaust. Just got to the Koenigsegg stand and check it out. They've got a lounge couch in the shape of a ghost. That has to be the coolest and likely most expensive couch I have ever seen. Comfortable too. We've got the Gamera on the stand, 1700 horsepower, 4-seater Koenigsegg. Checked this out last year at Pebble Beach, got to sit inside. It's got 4 cup holders as well, actually 8 cup holders in the car, and actually a decent amount of room. I think this thing looks absolutely wicked. I will say Goodwood is a lot of walking, so the fact that they have a ghost-shaped couch with the background of a Gamera is a pleasant surprise. And then in front of me, a CCXR. That's pretty amazing. Manual transmission in a Koenigsegg. That's gotta be wild. Now this is pretty cool. The Chiron Supersport 300 Plus. This was the exact car that broke the 300-mile-an-hour speed barrier with its extended rear end for helping the aerodynamics, reduce drag, keeping it stable at high speeds, and check it out. They removed the passenger seat. A whole bunch of electronics down here. That's pretty wicked. Well guys, I am so excited. The first ever BMW M3 Touring is finally out. And tragically, it doesn't come to the United States. But for the lucky European folk, it's sure to be one of the coolest modern M's. It comes standard in competition form, it's all-wheel drive, and has an 8-speed automatic. Powered by a 3-liter twin-turbocharged 6-cylinder, making 503 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. BMW claims 0 to 60 in just 3.6 seconds with a top speed of 174 miles an hour. The amazing part is, despite it being all-wheel drive, you can shift to all-wheel drive sport and even full rear-wheel drive in a wagon. There's even a drift mode that allows you to adjust the angle of slip before traction intervenes. The suspension has been retuned for the wagon platform as it's 200 pounds heavier than the sedan. The interior, though, has been completely overhauled with a massive curved 15-inch touchscreen and a 12.3-inch instrument cluster. Pricing starts at $103,000, and man, I wish we had these in the US. As I mentioned, one of my favorite parts about Goodwood is the fact that they race the cars up the hill. In just about 30 minutes, we're gonna get the Michelin Supercar run. There's gonna be an unbelievable amount of supercars and hypercars rushing up the hill. We've secured a pretty good position for the hill climb. I'm pumped for this. Here we go, 296 coming through. Oh, look at this Dawn. 4 deep. Oh, SP3. Ferrari supercars coming through. P1 GTR. Gorgeous Veyron Supersport. Another Veyron Supersport, followed by what might be the coolest car of the show, the Aston Martin Valkyrie. Look at this, a Regera with a Wyra R next to it. Look at that, the Gordon Murray T50 with 3 passengers in it. And the AMG 1. Wow. Look at the roof scoop on that. Gorgeous Rimac Nevera. Chiron Supersport, followed by the Jesko that popped the hugest flame on the hill climb. Well guys, I think we'll end day 1 of Goodwood Festival of Speed at Shmee 150's new Zenvo. Crazy spec, unbelievable car. Congratulations, dude. Let's do a little walk around. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video. You know I'm a sucker for purple cars, so this spec is pretty wild. Check out the carbon fiber writing of Zenvo in the doors. The interior is absolutely wild. Good work, Shmee.